So we added the plants about a week ago now, and I wanted to do a quick update video just to let everyone know how everyone was getting on. What I want to do is a bit of plant maintenance here, just to tidy all this area up. I was watching my last video and I realised it's quite messy up here. We could tidy that up and might give people confidence to have a go themselves if things are starting to get overgrown. I bang on about Anacardi's Elodea Densa a lot because of what it offers the aquarium. It's great for like ecosystem aquariums where we're processing nutrients and nutrient cycling, and we can have all sorts of things going on in our dirt. This will get down, leak oxygen into the soil and stop anaerobic soil from becoming an issue. But it ain't the fastest grower in this tank. Oh no, no, no. Alex Turner once said, where Arctic monkeys don't believe the hype, well, believe the hysteria, because that's water wisteria. And while Elodea Densa Anacardi's can grow 2 centimetres a week, water wisteria will grow 3 inches. It absolutely flies past that. But that ain't the fastest growing plant in the tank, not by a country mile, because we've got the hornwort, and that grows twice as fast as the water wisteria. Here's an interesting fact with hornwort. It releases chemicals known as allelopathy or allelopathy, which the good side of it is it can inhibit algae and cyanobacteria, but the downside is it can also inhibit plant growth in other plants. All these plants are absolutely great for breeding setups, but talking about fry breeding, we've got this tank down here, and in here is a mop of eggs. And these aren't just any eggs, these are Goyder River rainbow fish eggs. Melatonania trifasciatus, they're an absolutely stunning species of rainbow. So I'm going to let the eggs hatch out in here, and I'm going to feed them in here. So I was going to need the life of this tank, and rather than spend £20 on this tank or £25 to buy a life of this tank, I thought, you know what, I might as well put the extra towards getting a full spectrum LED light for my planted tank. Now this is my 5-foot planted tank, or it's about 2.5 feet of it. Now I'm just showing you the good side at the moment, but this is it with the new light on. Now this light is about 70% as bright as a Fluval 3.0, which is quite a bright light. It ain't top of the range, but it's a nice light. Now what I'm thinking of doing, so I woke up this morning with a thought, and I thought, you know what, there's people, YouTubers out there achieving a lot more than me with a lot less tanks, and I've been going on in my last videos that I want to achieve things with the tanks. Now I've set up my dirted wall stand, haven't I, and that's got heavy root feeding plants in, which are like some of my favourite plants. But I also like stem plants, but they usually require a bit brighter light, and they'll do better with CO2, stuff like that, whereas rosette plants, they don't really mind all that much, whereas stem plants will fly. So I've been thinking maybe get another one of these lights and really brighten it up, get a CO2 regulator, run some CO2 in it and get some really bright light on it, and just plant the whole thing up with stems. It's been something I've talked about for a while, but it's this section here that got me interested, because I looked at it and I thought, you know what, that's actually starting to look like a planted tank. We've got Rotala rotundifolia in the middle, we've got Ludwigia repens, we've got more Ambulia. So we could plant a load of stem plants in the background and then some foreground plants. So let's crack on with the meat of today's video. I'm going to tidy this tank up. So there we are, we tidied it up. We found some like 3-foot strands of val in that clump of Elodea Densa there. So from my point of view, it looks a lot tidier. It'll give the val somewhere to grow into. Thinking of removing the horn wart and putting it down there in the tank with the rainbow eggs in. I'm also toying with the idea. I'm also toying with the idea of adding some more plants. Now I'm interested in other people's opinions. Now, we've kind of got some really fast growing stem plants, but I don't know whether to add some more stem plants in. Or some epiphytes on the wood. I don't know what to do next. Now, normally epiphytes, they need shaded spots, and there isn't really much shade in here yet. We could let everything grow out and then get the epiphytes in. But as I say, I just want to set up a really basic beginner's planted tank with some really easy plants that you can get some good success out of early on, which will encourage you to have a go at something a bit more technical, something that might need fertilising or something. So let me know in the comments what plant you'd like, or group of plants you'd like to see in this tank next. Would you like to see another stem plant, or epiphytes, or something else? As I say, we could put some anubias, jar fern, java moss, spruce, bulbitis, stuff like that on the wood. We could add a few more stem plants. Or is there something different, something else you want to see going on in the tank? So if you're glad to see a bit of maintenance in action and it's helped you, give you a bit more confidence to do it yourself, please consider giving this video a like. If you like what I'm doing and want to watch the progress of this beginner planted tank, that'll convert slowly into a classic planted tank, please consider subscribing to follow along. And take care guys, see you soon.